Welcome back to another episode of my Financial Freedom series with my favorite lender, Amy, with Big Life, Big Loans. I can't ever get it right.
We're Big Life Home Loan Group.
Home Loan Group.
We're
Okay.
with Cornerstone Home Lending. Yes.
Okay. I knew Cornerstone, but Big Life, Big Loans. That's your motto. That's your little tag, or no, not Big Loans, Big Life. Anyway, here is Amy today. And Amy, I absolutely love that I am working with you and sending people to you now because I just feel so comfortable knowing that you know what you're talking about and that you're really more of a strategist in helping them to get what they want. And that's what, as realtors, we're all about the same thing. We're all about helping people get what they want in life and with the biggest investment of their life. And so, thank you so much for partnering with me this year in this series. And today we are talking about what to do and what not to do during the process. And I can't express to you enough how important all of this is. If you've not watched anything else, this is the most important part of the process, the real estate loan, the real estate transaction, all of it. So,
yes. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm so thankful that we've met each other relatively recently. It feels like I've known you for a long time because I think when you connect so easily, it feels like we've been friends for a long time. So I really do appreciate your trust.
Yeah.
We'll start with the do's, right?
Okay.
So I think we talked about, last time, the importance of having that pre-app interview call and make sure that you're talking to a lender and that there's that communication. Well, it doesn't just stop at that pre-app interview, because you can get qualified and maybe find a property and close within 30 days. This could take you a year. And so when I talk about the do's and the importance of what to do, it's keeping that line of communication open all the time.
Yeah.
So, because how you apply and the way that you think you're going to go into this purchase, it could change, right? I mean, we pivot along the way.
Yeah.
Our price points change, our wants change, our down payments change because maybe we've been able to save more, or maybe we've had some incidences where we don't have as much money. So do keep that initial line of communication open throughout. It is so important.
I love that too. And I know one of our previous calls was all about the strategy. Like what is your strategy? Because one of the things I love about you is that you're an investor as well, and that you're really creating a wealth plan for your own life and sharing that and helping other people do the same. And that, I think, is so important. But it starts out with, what are your goals? So what are your assets? What do you have? What do you want to do? And I think it's more of an ongoing relationship that you need to be having with your people, and you do that. And it's like strategy appointment. And so I absolutely love that you do that. So, and
do keep
yeah.
giving that information, because I think people are afraid to tell us stuff. I think they feel like, I don't know if it's judgment, but they feel like if they share something with us, it may negatively impact them. But I would encourage everybody to find that lender, realtor that you feel very comfortable getting a little vulnerable,
Yeah.
and really sharing, because,
Well,
yeah, I mean,
and
we're on your
we've
team.
all been there. I mean, this is so important because I can't tell you how many times I've had to rebuild. And that's just what life is all about. We try and we fail, and we try and we fail, and we try again. And then hopefully you learn along the way and you make different decisions. And as our clients, it's so important for you guys to know that we've all been there. We are independent contractors working for people, or we all have brokers, but we have small businesses, and they go through their ups and downs, and we've had our trials and errors, and you need to be able to come to us and trust us with helping you navigate the way to get what it is you do want. And that just starts with goals. And I have another guest speaker, Amber, and she's with the Credit Couple. So I literally have y'all covered all the way from building your credit to getting the right loan to buying real estate investment properties and to building an estate plan. So I love all of this, and it's a strategy. And so it's your strategy, and you get to figure out what it is, but these people are here to help you along the way. So Amy, that takes us to the second do, which we really just talked about. Do be completely honest.
Yes. Yeah. Just be honest. Let us figure out how to structure the loan and structure the strategy. So not withholding. I'll give you some examples. People may feel like, well, I want to purchase that home. I eventually want to move into that property, but I'm probably not going to do that right away. If you're purchasing a primary residence, you're going to be expected to take occupancy within 60 days. So if you feel like that's not going to happen, you need to have a conversation with your lender that may not happen. And we need to explore then, how does that change your financing and how does that change your strategy? So I would say just tell us what's up in here. What are your thoughts? Because we get it. I mean, some people will say, I may want to purchase that home as a second home, but I may also want to
what are
use
my
it
options?
what are my options?
What are my options? Like, I want to build, I would like to have a few investment properties. What are my options? Because I also want this $1 million property.
Yep.
And it goes the same with issues. Like, you filed bankruptcy, you lost your job, you have a business that failed, you're self-employed. All of this stuff happens, and we've heard it all. So there is nothing that you say that's going to surprise any of us in this field. But our ultimate goal is to help you rebuild so that you can live the American dream and own a home. So
and we want you to be successful.
Yes.
So if you're not being transparent and either embarrassed or think that it might negatively impact you, if you're hiding little things, it will come up. And so we just want you to be successful. And so if you can just feel, and I want my clients to feel very comfortable with me. And again, I think I do a relatively good job at trying to equalize the conversation, equalize the room. So if I sense any hesitation or insecurities, I want to go ahead and share a little bit about my own personal journey, because we've both been there, and it's just so we're not perfect. We're just trying to help people achieve their dreams.
I always tell my real estate clients, like, trust me, there's nothing you could tell me that I haven't been through. We moved from California to Texas 17 years ago, and middle of the trip, the buyers of our home in California canceled. And we were on our way to Texas to close on a house the next day. And I made them sign a $10,000 non-refundable deposit. And talk about a nightmare. Like, we had literally a convoy in Phoenix, Arizona with our stuff, my in-laws, our dogs, our fish, our kids, everything, and had to change our plans. Like, it happens. And so, just be honest where you're at, what you've got going on. If what your fears are, you're going through a divorce. Like, I just want everyone to know that We've all been in some of these places and totally get it. Okay, now let's go through some of the good stuff. The what to do, or well, I'm sorry, we just went through the good stuff. What not to do. This is the process. Now you're under contract. What do you not want to do?
So whether you're under contract or you're already fully pre-approved with a lender and you're searching the property, I would say don't do anything major outside of how you originally filled out the application. So that would go into, don't move without letting your lender know. So, I mean, don't even move residences without consulting with your lender. Again, it's that constant communication. Don't change your marital status. So
That's the
if
next
you
one.
have this marriage there, this wedding coming, or you're getting a divorce, I mean, goes both ways. Have that open line of communication. Don't make any job changes.
Oh yeah, have
Oh,
that
that's
one.
the biggie.
Yep.
Because even if you think that you're going to go and get a raise, the way that you get paid could be changed.
Yeah.
You could be salaried going to hourly. You could go from being W-2'd to 1099, vice versa. So those changes can impact your qualifying. So before you accept that job, call your lender, show them the job offer, talk it through, okay? Because there's verifications in the beginning and there's re-verifications before closing. Same thing with purchases. Don't go out and buy new things or
Yeah.
open up new credit cards.
Oh,
Have a conversation with your client. Where this comes up so much is during a holiday weekend like Labor Day sales, Memorial Day. We got Memorial Day coming. Those sales, that the Home Depot, the all of the appliances go on sale. And so people are always just chomping at the bit to go ahead and buy appliances because they're going to save, they think, great money. Do not make any large purchases before closing. We are going to ask you not to do that. It
yeah.
will alter, it won't necessarily disqualify you to go buy those appliances right before. But what it could happen is we see, especially if you go pull credit, it could bring your score down.
Yeah.
It could
It could change your
negatively
income to
impact.
debt ratios, so much
Yeah.
that yeah.
And that
So,
would, and then sometimes I've had to restructure loans
yeah.
and delay closing and go through underwriting again. And, so bad things can happen
Yeah.
when you stop that initial communication.
Yeah.
So don't do anything significant
Yeah.
without having
We
the conversation.
we've all had that call 3 days before the closing from our lender that says, "Your buyer is g there's something showing up on their credit, and we're not gonna be able to close." It's like, "Well, they're in final underwriting. What do you mean we're not gonna be able to," or they're done, but they pull all the way up until sometimes the day of closing.
Yeah, we
Like
have to do a refresh. It's
yeah,
part of the agency's requirements. So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac require that refresh. So we make sure that people aren't simultaneously purchasing homes
yeah,
because you could buy more than one home, but also incurring debt. I mean, so we have to do that refresh and make sure that everything has stayed consistent. And then once the loan closes and funds, we're done. We stop underwriting your file. Go live your life. But
yeah.
don't, until that money is transferred and we've funded that loan, don't do anything different than how you originally applied. Keep
Without
things
talking
consistent.
to your lender first.
Without
Not that
communication
you can't
first.
do it, you just don't wanna do it before before you close without the lender approving,
Exactly. Have
if
the
you still want
conversation.
the house.
Keep that communication. So do keep that communication completely through the beginning pre-app all the way till funding.
Love it. Awesome. All right, people, if you do that, you're good. So if you're ready to buy or sell, give me a call. We'll send you to Amy and we'll get you going.
All right. Bye now.
Bye. Thank you so much, Amy.